Have you ever wondered if the way you're taking care of your intimate health is truly meeting your body's needs, especially after age 60? You're not alone. This is one of the most common questions I hear from mature men, not just about how to maintain masculine vitality, but also how to do it in a healthy, respectful way that truly strengthens your health rather than harming it. I'm Dr. Ana Cardoso, a physician trained at USP, specializing in nutrology from the Federal University of São Paulo, with over 25 years of experience in men's health and a researcher in the andrology department. I've worked with thousands of men like you, men who want to stay connected to their bodies, feel confident about their vitality, and age with dignity and strength. In today's video, we're going to talk about something rarely discussed but incredibly important: how to properly care for your intimate health after age 60 and the three big mistakes you absolutely must avoid. It's not about embarrassment or performance, it's about protecting your circulation, your prostate, your hormonal balance, and your emotional well being. So, if you've ever felt insecure about what's normal or healthy at this stage of life, you're in the right place. Let's start by understanding why this topic is important in the first place. First, I want to assure you of something key. Maintaining an active, intimate life is not only normal, but genuinely healthy, especially as we age. As the years go by, many men start questioning if their body still needs this kind of expression, or worse, they begin feeling ashamed for still desiring it. But here's the truth. Gentle, irregular self-stimulation is one of the simplest and most natural ways to support your masculine health after age 60. It helps keep blood circulating through the male organ, nourishes the prostate, reduces stress hormones, and even improves sleep quality by calming the nervous system. However, and this is a critical point, the way your body responds to touch at 60 or 70 is very different from how it responded at 20 or 30. And there's no shame in that. It's not a failure. It's biology. As we age, our skin becomes thinner. The nerve endings that once fired instantly now require a bit more attention. And the blood vessels, especially in sensitive areas, can become more reactive and tense easily. That's why your approach to intimate health must evolve with your body. It's not about using more force or seeking the same intensity as before. It's about tuning in, being mindful, present, and listening to your body carefully rather than treating it like a machine that needs fixing. When you slow down and engage with yourself in a more reflective way, the experience becomes not only more pleasurable but far more beneficial for your long-term health. Many men never hear this. No one teaches them that old patterns may no longer serve their body. So they keep doing what they've always done and end up feeling frustrated, disconnected, or even a bit hurt physically and emotionally. But the moment you realize your body just wants something different now, something slower, gentler, more nurturing, that's when things start to change. That's when a new kind of connection becomes available, one that feels deeply restorative. And this leads us to the first mistake that so many men make, often without realizing it. The first big mistake is one I see repeatedly: rushing. Though it might seem minor, I want you to really pause and consider this, because the impact of rushing through your intimacy at this age is greater than most men believe. Many older men treat their intimate life like something they need to get over with quickly. It becomes a habit of speed, done hastily, often in silence and secrecy. But the truth is, this kind of rushed stimulation can start working silently against you, especially after 60. Here's what happens when you rush. Your nervous system stays on high alert, your blood vessels constrict instead of expanding, your heart rate may increase, but not in a healthy, relaxed way, in a stressed way with shallow breathing. Your brain is still scanning for danger or interruption, and instead of getting deep, nourishing blood flow to the intimate area, your body stays tense. This prevents you from truly relaxing into the sensation, and the result? You might end up feeling dissatisfied, a bit sore, or worse. It can become increasingly difficult to achieve arousal. When this becomes a repeated pattern, your body gets trained to associate touch with tension, not safety or calm. And that means your arousal process, which should be smooth and enjoyable, becomes more mechanical, rigid, and less responsive. The good news is that this can absolutely be changed, and it starts with a simple shift: giving yourself more time. Even if it's just a few extra minutes to slow down, breathe deeply, and be present in the moment, it can change everything. You don't need to turn it into a spa ritual unless you want to. But creating a small window where you're not being pulled in five directions, not checking your phone, not expecting interruptions, tells your body it's safe to relax. And when your body feels safe, the blood vessels soften, the nerves awaken, and the tissues respond again. And that's when true satisfaction happens, my friend. Not through pressure or speed, but through presence, giving your body the gentle attention it's been quietly asking for all along. The second mistake, and this one is common, often developing over time without you noticing, is using excessive pressure. I can't emphasize this enough. Many men, especially after 50 or 60, start gripping harder or moving more aggressively during self-stimulation. Sometimes it's out of habit. Sometimes it's because the body feels a bit less sensitive and they're just trying to feel something. But while the intention makes sense, the result can cause more harm than good in the long run. Here's the thing. The male organ isn't just skin and muscle. It's made up of a delicate, spongy network of blood vessels, sensitive nerve endings, and connective tissue designed to respond to steady, gentle stimulation. When you use a firm grip repeatedly, it creates friction, compression, and tension in those tissues. Over time, this can lead to decreased sensitivity, where the nerves stop responding as they used to. Some men even develop what's informally called death grip syndrome, where their body gets trained to respond only to a very specific type of pressure and movement, usually from their own hand. This makes it much harder to enjoy intimacy with a partner or experience natural arousal. It can also cause pain, irritation, or small tears in the skin that you might not notice at first. And if that area gets inflamed or damaged, it can make future stimulation less comfortable, less enjoyable, and more stressful. This creates a cycle, and it's one you can absolutely break. The solution has to do with gentleness. Try loosening your grip a bit. If it feels strange at first, that's okay. Your body might take a few days or weeks to adjust, but it will. You can also use a natural, fragrance-free lubricant to reduce friction and protect the skin. Focus more on how the experience feels rather than trying to make it happen. Breathe deeply, relax your body, and think of it not as a race or a task, but as a kind of therapeutic massage, something meant to keep your tissues healthy, your circulation flowing, and your mind in sync with your body. The more you approach this time with patience and gentleness, the more rewarding it becomes. You don't need to force pleasure, you just need to allow it under the right conditions. Now, the third mistake might catch you off guard because it has nothing to do with how you touch your body. It has everything to do with how you feel about it. Ignoring the emotional side of intimate health is something many older men have done for years without realizing the impact. Because let's be honest, most of us were never taught that our emotions and hormones are connected, that our thoughts, memories, stress levels all shape how we experience touch and arousal. For some men, this manifests as shame. Maybe you were raised to believe personal sexual expression was wrong, dirty, or something to hide. For others, it's about the changes that come with age, the way your body looks, how it responds, how long it takes. And little by little, these thoughts can become silent sources of stress. You start wondering, am I normal? Is this okay? And instead of finding comfort in the experience, you feel tension, guilt, or even avoidance. But here's what's important to remember. Repressed emotions don't disappear. They're stored in the body, in the muscles, the breath, even in how blood flows over time. This emotional weight can lead to performance anxiety, disconnection from your body, and even depression. And for many men, that loss of connection becomes a loss of desire. Not because your body can't respond, but because your heart no longer feels safe in the experience. So what can you do? First, start with compassion. Remember, this isn't about performance or proving something. It's about connection, healing, and caring for yourself in a deeply personal way. And if you find that difficult, that's okay too. Talk to someone. It could be a doctor, a therapist, or even a friend who understands what you're going through. There's nothing weak about needing support. In fact, it takes strength to open up about something so personal. You deserve to feel safe in your own skin. You deserve to enjoy your body no matter your age. And being honest about your emotions can be one of the most powerful steps in that direction. It's not just about physical release, it's about self-respect. And it starts with letting go of shame and replacing it with understanding. Now that we've reviewed the 3 biggest mistakes, let's focus on something hopeful: how to create a healthy, safe, and satisfying self-care routine that includes your intimate health, one that supports your overall health, honors your experience, and makes you feel good in every sense of the word. Start with cleanliness. Make sure your hands are clean. If you use any products, towels, or tissues, keep them clean too. Try to create a space that feels peaceful and calm, a place where you can be alone without distractions and relaxed. And use a natural, fragrance-free lubricant to protect the skin and smooth the process. And always, always pay attention to what your body is telling you. If you feel pain, discomfort, tightness, or notice any changes like swelling, sores, or irritation, don't ignore them. These could be signs of something deeper like inflammation, circulatory issues, or even a prostate-related condition, and a doctor can help. But when done with care and attention, this self-care can become a source of health. And if you feel insecure or like you're starting over after years of disconnection, that's perfectly fine. Many men rediscover their connection to their bodies at 60 or 70. It's not a regression, it's evolution. It's learning what your body needs now, not what it used to need. And that's something beautiful. You're not broken. You're not past your prime. You're simply in a new phase of life, one that calls for more care, more intention, and more gentleness. And when you respond to your body with that kind of care, it often responds in powerful and beautiful ways. Now, let's talk about how to improve circulation in the intimate area naturally and effectively. This is a fundamental aspect of men's health that many doctors overlook, but it can make all the difference in how you feel. Mr. Roberto, a 67-year-old retired businessman from São Paulo, came to my office after noticing a gradual decrease in his body's sensitivity and response. Dr. Anna, he told me, it's like the connection between my mind and body is getting weaker. I'm losing not just the function, but the pleasure of intimacy. Roberto's issue wasn't a serious medical condition, but a circulatory problem that had developed gradually. After years of stress, a sedentary lifestyle, and a diet poor in essential nutrients, the small blood vessels feeding the pelvic region had become less efficient. To help him, we developed a 3-part protocol that any man can implement. First, rhythmic hydration. Water is absolutely crucial for circulatory health, but it's not just about how much you drink, it's about when and how. I recommended that Roberto drink 50 milliliters of warm water 30 minutes before any intimate moment, followed by another 250 milliliters 2 hours later. This specific pattern helps optimize blood viscosity, making it neither too thick nor too thin, creating ideal conditions for blood flow in the pelvic region. The science behind this is clear. Research from the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul has shown that proper hydration can increase peripheral blood flow by up to 30%, particularly when synced with the body's natural rhythms. This simple adjustment can make a noticeable difference in just a few days. The second element of the protocol is pelvic breathing. This simple yet powerful technique involves deep breaths where you consciously direct energy to the pelvic region. Sit comfortably, place a hand on your lower abdomen, and as you inhale slowly through your nose, imagine the air flowing into that area, expanding it gently. As you exhale through your mouth, feel the area relaxing. Practicing this breathing for just 5 minutes a day can have a profound impact on pelvic circulation. A study conducted by USP showed that men who practiced pelvic breathing consistently for 21 days experienced a 27% increase in blood flow to the genital region, along with significant improvements in sensitivity and response. The third component of the protocol is targeted circulatory nutrition. Certain foods have specific properties that directly benefit pelvic vascular health. I recommended to Roberto a specific combination: a daily serving of red berries, especially blueberries, acai, or blackberries, a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds, and a small portion of dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or more. This combination isn't random. Red berries contain anthocyanins that strengthen blood vessel walls and improve their elasticity. Pumpkin seeds are rich in zinc and essential fatty acids that support prostate and hormonal health. And dark chocolate contains flavonoids that stimulate nitric oxide production, the compound responsible for dilating blood vessels. The result? After 6 weeks following this protocol, Roberto reported a transformation. It's like someone rewired my circulatory system. The sensitivity returned, the response is quicker, and most importantly, I feel connected to my body again. His experience isn't unique. I've seen similar results in hundreds of patients who implemented these simple but powerful changes. However, it's also important to address the emotional component of men's intimate health. As I mentioned earlier, ignoring the emotional side is one of the most common mistakes, and its consequences can be profound. Stress and anxiety have a direct and measurable impact on the circulatory system. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone, which causes blood vessels to constrict. Exactly the opposite of what you want for vibrant, intimate health. Mr. Carlos, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Rio de Janeiro, faced exactly this challenge. Though physically healthy, years of accumulated stress and performance worries had created a cycle of anxiety that deeply affected his ability to enjoy intimacy. For him, I recommended a sensory reconnection practice, a simple but profound exercise that any man can do at home. Set aside 15 uninterrupted minutes in a quiet, private environment. Start by touching different parts of your body: arms, legs, face, chest, just noticing the sensations without judgment. Observe the temperature, texture, pressure. This isn't a sexual exercise, but a rediscovery of your body's overall sensitivity. Practice slow, deep breathing during the exercise, consciously sending oxygen to areas that feel tense or disconnected. Keep a simple journal, noting what you observe, areas that feel more alive, areas that feel numb, changes over time. This seemingly simple exercise has powerful neurophysiological foundations. It helps reprogram the nervous system, creating new neural pathways that associate touch with safety and pleasure rather than anxiety or performance. After a month of consistent practice, Carlos noticed a fundamental shift in his experience. It's not just that the function improved, though it did, it's that the joy returned. I feel present in my body again, without that constant critical voice in my head. This emotional and sensory reconnection is often the missing link for many men who've tried everything from medications to supplements without lasting results. Now let's discuss warning signs that should never be ignored when it comes to men's intimate health. While it's normal to experience some changes with age, certain symptoms require immediate medical attention. Persistent pain during stimulation or after sexual activity, significant discoloration or changes in skin texture in the genital region, difficulty urinating or changes in urine flow, unusual lumps or swelling in the genital area or groin, sudden loss of sensitivity or function. These could be signs of conditions ranging from simple infections to more serious vascular issues, and ignoring them can lead to avoidable complications. Remember, seeking medical help isn't a sign of weakness but of wisdom and self-care. Mr. Antonio, a 69-year-old retired lawyer from Belo Horizonte, noticed a small swelling and discomfort that he initially ignored, assuming it was just part of aging. When he finally sought help, he was diagnosed with a treatable vascular condition that, if left untreated, could have led to much more serious problems. "I almost didn't come to the doctor out of embarrassment," he confessed to me. "Now I realize that shame could have cost me not just my intimate health, but potentially much more." His story underscores the importance of vigilance and proactive action when it comes to men's health. Shame and stigma should never prevent anyone from seeking the care they deserve. Now, let's talk about how to integrate this knowledge into your daily life in a practical and sustainable way. The goal isn't to create another stressful item on your to-do list, but to incorporate healthy practices that become a natural part of your routine. Start with small changes. Add circulatory fruits to your breakfast. Practice pelvic breathing while watching TV. Drink water according to the rhythmic hydration protocol. Small, consistent actions lead to big transformations over time. Create a supportive environment. This might mean reorganizing your space for more privacy, investing in quality products like natural lubricants, or simply scheduling regular self-care moments in your agenda. Consider involving your partner if applicable. Shared intimacy can be a powerful source of healing and reconnection. Many couples discover that learning together about the changes that come with aging can strengthen their bond rather than weaken it. Mr. Jose, a 74-year-old retired engineer from Porto Alegre, initially hesitated to discuss his concerns with his wife of 40 years. "I feared she'd see me as less of a man," he explained. But when he finally opened up, he found not just understanding but an enthusiastic partner in his health journey. We discovered together that intimacy can evolve and deepen with age, he shared. It's not about recapturing what we were at 30, but discovering something new and equally satisfying at 70. His experience illustrates an important point. Intimate health doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's intertwined with our relationships, our self-image, and our overall health. Addressing only the physical aspect without considering these dimensions is like trying to fix a car by looking only at the wheels. Now, let's talk about the role of hormones in men's intimate health and how you can support your hormonal balance naturally. As we age, testosterone levels naturally decline, which can affect not just sexual function, but also energy, muscle mass, and mood. While hormone replacement therapy is an option for some men, there are natural ways to support healthy hormone production. Regular physical activity, especially resistance exercises, can boost natural testosterone production. Even starting with daily 20-minute walks can make a significant difference. Quality sleep is absolutely crucial for hormonal balance. During deep sleep, your body produces most of its testosterone. Make sure to get 7 to 8 hours per night in a dark, quiet environment. Certain foods can support healthy hormone production. Eggs, nuts, pumpkin seeds, avocado, and fatty fish contain essential nutrients for testosterone production. Incorporate them regularly into your diet. Mr. Paulo, a 68-year-old merchant from Salvador, implemented these changes after noticing a decline in his energy and vitality. I started walking every morning, improved my sleep, and adjusted my diet as Dr. Anna recommended, he reported. The difference in how I feel is like night and day. Not only has my intimate energy improved, but I feel stronger, mentally clearer, and more emotionally balanced. His experience exemplifies how a holistic approach to men's health can bring benefits that go far beyond the bedroom. When you care for your hormonal balance, you're essentially nourishing the life force that animates every aspect of your being. It's important to note that while these natural approaches are powerful, some men may benefit from additional medical guidance. If you've experienced a sharp decline in function or desire, it's worth consulting a doctor to check for underlying conditions like low testosterone, cardiovascular issues, or medication side effects. Never feel ashamed to seek professional help. Modern medicine offers many options to support men's intimate health, from natural treatments to medical interventions when necessary. Now, let's address an often overlooked aspect of men's intimate health: the mind-body connection. The way you think about your sexuality and your body has a profound impact on how you experience them. Many men carry limiting beliefs about aging and sexuality that simply aren't true. Phrases like, "it's all downhill after 60," or "it's normal to lose interest with age," are not only inaccurate but can become self-fulfilling prophecies. Mr. Ricardo, a 71-year-old retired university professor from Curitiba, discovered the power of this mind-body connection firsthand. "I'd accepted that my intimate life was essentially over," he told me. "But when I started questioning those assumptions and treating my body with more gentleness and curiosity, something surprising happened. The sensation and pleasure began to return." To cultivate a more positive mindset toward your intimate health, try these practices. Question negative beliefs about aging and sexuality. Ask yourself, is this really true? Or is it just something I've accepted without questioning? Practice positive affirmations related to your body and sexuality. Simple phrases like, "my body is capable of pleasure at any age," or "I'm becoming more connected and aware every day," can gradually reprogram your thought patterns. Cultivate gratitude for your body, regardless of age or condition. Instead of focusing on what doesn't work like before, concentrate on what still works well and the pleasure your body is still capable of experiencing. This mindset shift may seem simple, but its effects are profound. When you approach your intimacy from a place of curiosity and acceptance rather than expectation and judgment, your entire nervous system relaxes, allowing circulation to flow more freely and sensations to be experienced more fully. As we conclude, I want to leave you with a message of hope and empowerment. Regardless of your age or current circumstances, your body is capable of healing, pleasure, and connection. It's not too late to rediscover or renew your intimate vitality. What we've seen today is that men's intimate health after 60 isn't about fighting aging, but evolving with it. Learning new ways to care for your body, honor your current needs, and nurture the connection between body, mind, and heart. By avoiding the three main mistakes we discussed: rushing, using excessive pressure, and ignoring the emotional component, you're already taking important steps toward more vibrant, intimate health. By implementing the circulatory, nutritional, and connection practices I've shared, you're creating the conditions for genuine transformation. Remember, this is a process, not a destination. There will be better days and worse days. What's important is the journey of self discovery and self care you're embarking on. Tonight, or whenever you feel ready, give yourself the gift of attention. Not performance, not pressure, just presence. You deserve it. And if this was helpful, consider subscribing because your body still matters, your pleasure still matters, and your confidence is worth protecting. If this video resonated with you, subscribe here to the Jornada de Cura channel. Turn on notifications to receive the next videos. Leave a like and write in the comments. Vitality, to receive our complete guide on men's intimate health, with additional details on the 3-part protocol I shared today. In the next video, I'll reveal the 3 essential minerals that 89% of Brazilian men over 60 have a critical deficiency in, and how this deficiency is directly linked to the decline in sexual function and energy. You'll discover natural sources of these minerals and a supplementation protocol that can transform your hormonal health in just 30 days. I'm Dr. Ana Cardoso, and I'll see you in the next video from Jornada de Cura.